this volunteer briefing for the DigiGirlz event happening next week. It is our absolute pleasure to have you as part of the event. I'll talk a little bit more about what the event is, who the team are, what we're trying to achieve both through DigiGirlz, but also through a program called 10K Wahine, which this contributes to. We'll run through the agenda a little bit and what you need to know, an opportunity for you to ask lots of questions at any point. So raise your hand, come off mute, that's totally fine. And at the end, we'll kind of go through a few kind of do's and don'ts when it comes to interacting with children under the age of 18. So sometimes, we tend to forget that, kids are treated differently, and also there are some laws that protect them from things like that. So hopefully all of you have actually submitted in your child safety vetting form to Mati. If you haven't already, please do that straight after the session. It'd be great to just kind of have an idea, and safety is paramount as part of this program. So if you have any questions, reach out to the person you've been working with on the team. Otherwise, you can reach out to me directly. Cool. So first up, I would love to introduce our team to you. So first and foremost, my name is Anusha. I am one of the co-leads of DigiGirlz, and I've been looking after the program for 2.5 years now, which feels like a very long time, with lots and lots of exciting successes, lots of stories, lots of blood, sweat and tears, but also lots of lives impacted, which we are all so proud of. I might ask some of the team to actually quickly introduce themselves. I'll hand to Harshal first, and then anyone who's on the call just jump in or hand to the next person.
Sweet. Kia ora everyone, I'm Harshal and I'm the other co-lead working alongside Anusha. We are really excited to have you all on board, and thank you so much for volunteering and helping us with this. It's only less than a week away and I'm super pumped. We had a meeting this morning and we're all super pumped to have you all on board and talk to and listen to all you have to share to our amazing wahine that are in attendance. So yeah, thank you so much is all I can say. I know Sohi isn't on call, but I see Ria is on call, so I'll pass it on to her.
Kia ora everyone. Lovely to see everyone together. Really excited for the event next week. We also have our whānau and parents night tonight to give them a heads up on what's in store for them and for their students and kids. I am the logistics lead, taking care of all the things from running the meeting to just getting everything organized in the background. And I will hand over to Jonathan.
Thanks, Ria. Kia ora, everyone. Really happy to see you all and happy to have you on board with us. So I am one of the outreach leads within the Microsoft DigiGirlz team. Thank you. I'll hand it on to Shannon.
Thanks, Jonathan. Hi, everyone. I'm Shannon, and I'm the NFP lead for DigiGirlz this year. So I've been working with the amazing Vivian and Mati from GTech, as well as Shelley from NetSafe to put together this program. Really looking forward to what's going to be delivered next week. I'll pass it over to... Is Leticia on call?
I'm not sure she is, but Nick is.
Nick? Okay.
Kia ora koutou. I am, let's let Dan be in. Nick Westbrook here. I'm the partnerships lead. So if you are representing a partner organization, you've probably met me before. I'm kind of the conduit for anything partners need with regard to the events. So yeah, happy to help. I'm here to help. So please let me know if you need any support from me or anyone else on the team. Happy to provide that. And very much looking forward to hearing all your awesome content next week. Really appreciate you all giving up your time so generously to support us and support our future women leaders in tech.
Love it, Nick. Couldn't have said it better myself. And you'll meet Leticia and Unique next week as well. Unique is actually one of our hosts with Sohi, and Leticia has looked after our Microsoft partnerships. So Sonia and a couple of others who are featuring from the Microsoft team, Leticia is coordinating them and their fantastic content too. So this is the dream team. It's kind of emotional because it's been nice to hear from all of them and how excited they are, but they've put in a lot of effort. So massive shout out to all of you too. So team, this is not a new slide for you. You've seen the kind of mission statement that we have to dispel stereotypes with associated with high-tech jobs through mentors, role models, and technical experiences. So a lot of what we want to do is basically tell the girls they can be here, and they can be, anywhere across the tech sector or outside of it, but also interacting with tech, right? There's so many jobs that aren't necessarily in tech that involve tech. And I think dispelling stereotypes around tech is really, really important for, I guess, the economy at large, but also the tech sector. So DigiGirlz has been an important part of Microsoft globally. I think Nick mentioned it's been run for 22 years this year. Is that correct, Nick?
Yeah, correct. 22 years. It started in 2000.
That is incredible. And for me, it's been an absolute pleasure. I was able to be part of the 20th anniversary kind of redesign for the program, revisioning what we could do globally. And, it's been really, really exciting kind of bringing it back to New Zealand and kind of executing it. In the past, some of you would have been involved with DigiWahine. A lot of the principles, a lot of our focus is still Aotearoa. So we are adding that flavour across DigiGirlz at all times as well. So absolutely thrilled to be a part of the global machine. This website is just www.digigirlz.com. Any questions, and that's DigiGirlz with a Z. I know some of you have called that out as something that's quite interesting, but any questions, there's a frequently asked questions bit down below. You can see what people have done across other countries, other continents, and we continue to evolve and innovate as we go, as well as learn from the world globally. So what is DigiGirlz? So there's three kind of core elements to what we do. There are speakers, so a lot of you on this call are speakers. We also have a separate briefing for them later in the day. But you can't be what you can't see, and that is a firm belief across our team. And so we want to feature as many wahine from across Aotearoa and beyond to kind of represent the different things that, the girls want to see or can see themselves being, right? For example, we had Venus Tare, who's one of our Aspire graduates, speak at our last event. And she talked about doing a music degree, and that resonated with the girls so much. And the first question they asked was, what did your whānau say when you said you were going to go into music? And then what did they say after that when you actually pivoted to tech? So that is our speaker element. A lot of you are here to do a showcase. So that's where we feature our customers and partners, telling some great stories about projects they've been involved with, what that means, what are the real world implications, and then synergy. So that's getting interactive, our workshops with the lovely OMG Tech team, and, how we can get the girls hands-on in a virtual setting. Any questions so far about what DigiGirlz is? Cool. So I'd mentioned 10K Wahine before. So 10K Wahine, for those who may not have come across it on our social media or the news or whatever it is something that Microsoft New Zealand has pledged along with our tech ecosystem. So that's our customers, our partners, to enable and inspire 10,000 women in New Zealand in FY22 to gain new skills that help them secure digital roles. Of course, the 10,000 goal is so big, hairy, audacious. We can't do it alone. And DigiGirlz forms part of the women that we empower. And of course, for us, that's young tamariki in New Zealand. So this is just an overarching goal for us. And as many students as we can inspire go towards that 10,000 goal. So this is the second event we're doing as part of 10K. Cool. So I just want to run quickly through the agenda. Actually, I might do this slide first, and then I'll run us through the agenda, or whenever that changes. So who's coming? We currently have about 150 high school girls signed up across, I believe, about 14 schools, 12 to 14 schools, which is super exciting because that means that there are schools dialing in from everywhere and borders don't matter, which is why we've done it virtually yet again. We're also looking at a couple of schools dialing in from the Pacific Island nations. So we will confirm if they do come along, because we would want you to tailor a little bit of your content to include them, whether that's just saying, kia ora to the students dialing in from Vanuatu and Cook Islands, or, anything of that sort. So we will confirm that on Monday at the end of the day. We also have some DigiWahine alumni coming along. So there are some schools who have said, we've sent girls before, they've loved it. We have all new content this time around, so they're coming again, which is fantastic. If they're anything like our last event, they were super engaged, super excited, so we loved having them. We have teachers, educators, and whānau coming along. So there are some students who are coming without a school, but we've asked a parent to be present with them, just for safety purposes and for their comfort. Also, some teachers sit in just as part of their classes, and some educators, of course, as well. We have principals and things coming along at all times. And then we have a lot of people from Microsoft and other organizations like Ministry of Education coming just to support us, to see what the content is like and to amplify it further next time. That's who we're expecting in the room on the day. If there are any questions, just raise your hand. I'm mindful that we're halfway through. So this is day one. This is what day one looks like. At about 9:05, we'll admit people from the lobby. I think Rhea and I are talking a little bit about whether we should have a lobby in the first place, because if people join in the middle of the session, it could be disruptive to you guys. So we'll have an update on whether we proceed with that shortly. Last time we went without one, but it was kind of a bit difficult to monitor when people were coming in and when they weren't. So we'll just have a look at that. Vanessa's doing an opening address, which is super exciting. She'll be dialing in from the US, where she's actually hosting the Prime Minister. I don't know if any of you have seen my LinkedIn post, so go have a look at that. Just a quick plug. We have the fantastic teams from Soul Machines and Datacom doing showcases with a 5-minute break in between. For the showcases, we will send out details on what prizes you guys can give out. So it'll just be, one of the number of students you have to select, and just inform us afterwards. And there will be a prize giving on day 3. We also have Sonia doing our keynote for day 1, which is super duper exciting. And then we have a quick plug on the photo competition from Harshal. So for those who weren't involved last time, we do a really cool photo wall where the girls can upload photos of themselves, of their classroom, anything, or any of their art. Last time we did pixel art, anything they want to show. You can even upload gifs and things. It's just a way for them to interact with one another, and a really cool kind of momentum for us to kind of carry on with post-event. We really encourage you to also upload photos, maybe of your setup where you're delivering from, or anything like that. We'll have kind of links out on the day as well. Then we have the fantastic Sohi closing the day. So Sohi and Unique are our fantastic MCs. Cool. Day 2. So day 2 is led by our own new tech team. They'll be kicking the day off with a karakia and a welcome. Then we have speakers and an activity. Sohi will be doing a quick wrap up before we have a closing karakia for the day as well. So super looking forward to that. And our own new tech team will kind of talk about anything further if you need any support in terms of the day. Day 3 is our last day. So we have Unique kicking it off, and then Rachel as our keynote speaker. We have the fantastic Dana doing their showcase, and then we have our early in career panel. So that team is getting briefed later today, but we have Nicole from Microsoft that is our host, and we have Natasha who is here, Lou, Leticia, and so he's sitting on the panel. So that's going to be really awesome for the girls to hear from the early in career within the industry, hear about how they got here. Everyone has different journeys, so I'm really excited for them to hear about all the interesting things that you guys have to say. I'll do a quick prize giving. It'll be super exciting to celebrate the 3 days. Again, all of you will get an allocation of prizes. Sorry, that's mostly the showcases, but some for the keynote speakers. Then we'll do announcements on the final day.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's Phoebe here. So I didn't know anything about the prizes, and so since I'm doing a showcase, are you wanting me to incorporate some options for awarding prizes into that?
Hey, so Phoebe, that's just because we are finalising what we have to give away in terms of swag. So we will send you comms. But look, it's really up to you. Normally, it's just been whoever's interacting on the chat really well.
Yep. Okay. No, that's fine. I was just thinking I should be just thinking of that as I'm preparing.
Yeah, absolutely. And normally in the past, that's looked like Microsoft Education swag with a pencil case, lip balms, notebooks, stickers.
Oh, it's
all
awesome.
that
Very
sort of
happy to give
stuff.
away stuff.
I know, and the girls love it, right?
Yeah.
It makes them want to interact. And we also have prizes associated with the photo wall, just so they continue to share. It's kind of a way to bring them to life, right? Because not every school is able to show us the girls through the camera, so they often find it easier to take photos and things. Any other questions about the agenda? So this is the last day, and I can, of course, you'll get these slides as well as a final agenda document for yourself. Is everyone happy with where they are? Hopefully no surprises. Brilliant. So we've done about the cohort. What do you need to know? Cool, I'm doing it for time. We have a whānau night tonight, and that is where we invite teachers and parents to come and ask us questions, hear about what we're going to do on the day, basically just feel comfortable with what's going to happen. And I think this came about because we understood how important parents are when it comes to your journey with school options or university options or any kind of tertiary or further education options. And so this time, it's not just Year 9 and 10 girls as we have had in the past, it's all of high school, which means we're going to have some Year 13 girls in the mix, which is super exciting, but it also means bringing their parents along on the journey, parents or caregivers or their whānau. So that's happening tonight. If any of you are interested in coming along, please do. In the past, we've always encouraged our speakers to come along just in case there's a question about a specific slot or what's going to be covered. If you aren't able to, we'll happily kind of run them through what you've shared with us already in the form of your blurb. Second point, all dry runs must happen before the event. So your respective team member is going to support you with that. Please let them know if you need a dry run, especially if you haven't used Teams before. We'd love for you to kind of think about how you want to present or how to use the functionality and things like that. Ria will do a final sound and final deck check on the day. It'll either be on the main chat if we're including a lobby, or it will be on a separate chat if we're not including a lobby, just to ensure that people aren't coming in as we're doing these checks. There will be a daily briefing at 8:45 a.m. sharp. This is for our V team and our OMG Tech team. So just to kind of go through what's happening on the day, make sure everyone arrives. And again, this will either be on the main call if we're having a lobby or a different call if we're not. All of those links will go out to you early next week. If you have any questions, let us know. All others, please arrive at least 10 minutes prior to your speaking slot. So those times that I showed you are basically locked in. There may be a chance that we need to give you speaker access once you join. So please let one of us know that you have joined, and Ria can do all the things in the background to make sure that happens. She sorted a lot of that in the background, but if anything needs to happen on the day, let's kind of give a bit of a time buffer. Any questions on this?
I don't know if Shelley's been in touch with you, but I sent through all the stuff last week for our day 2, and the only worry we have is sometimes the whānau might be, for your whānau night tonight, might be a little bit worried about the content that we're doing, because we're talking about cyber safety and all of that kind of stuff. So I think Shelley confirmed as well, but we're happy for the whānau to have our emails if they want to make any specific questions or whatever on our content.
Awesome, Vivian. That's super helpful. Thank you. And we will also record that session for any whānau that are not able to make it. So we'll make sure that your emails go out to them as well after the fact, because the chat's not really recorded. Thank you for that. Awesome. A final checklist. Have you provided a blurb of your session or speech, not your exact speech, but a blurb of it to the team? And that's because we're going to present that to the whānau tonight. Most of it is just your names if you're just a speaker, but for the sessions, we're going to give them an idea of the content that's covered. So if you haven't sent us a blurb, please do. Given consent to use your LinkedIn photo or provide an alternative photo. Nothing like you coming on to speak and us putting a very different photo to what you thought we would on a big screen and having to look at it the entire time. So please let us know what photo you'd like us to use. We'd love the girls to kind of have a visual to work with when you are coming on to speak. those will be our intro slides. Given all your slides and relevant material to Ria or someone on the team that you're already in touch with, because they'll send it directly to Ria as well. She's going to finalize the deck at close of business today, so everything needs to be into her by then.
So sorry, I'm not going, and I'm not sure if I've brought on late, but I'm not going to be able to get my slides by close of business today.
That's fine, Phoebe.
Yeah.
We can chat about that.
Yeah.
For everybody else, hopefully close of business works, because hopefully you've had enough notice.
I was about, this is Rachel Neo. I was about to pipe up and say that as well. I wouldn't be able to have my slides ready. I did reach out to Ria, it's Ria, to ask about, do you have examples of previous slides that you've used for this event? Because a lot of the speaking that I've done is for corporates, at corporate events more than schools. Well, I've actually done none at schools. So I just want to make sure that what I talk about resonates with the kids.
Absolutely, Rachel. So what Ria and I have talked about is, unfortunately, because it's normally photos of family that people have used in the past, we'll probably connect you in with a speaker who's spoken in the past if you have any questions for them, and they can happily share their slides if you guys decide to. We'll probably just refrain from doing that from the get-go. So someone will be in touch with you on that, but that's fine. If by Monday we could have your slides for yourself and Phoebe, that'd be super helpful.
Yeah, I'll definitely have them ready by Monday.
Cool.
I've got an 11-year-old daughter, so I was going to test it out on her as well. Make sure it resonates.
That's great.
She'll give me her honest opinion too.
Hey, Anusha, I think we'll be the same with Dumby and I. Unfortunately, a lot of us have fallen sick. Still
that's okay.
negative, but been a week off already. So yeah,
okay. Should we say Monday afternoon is the deadline? Monday afternoon, 12 p.m. And then you can all buy some chocolates.
Yeah. Sounds a good idea.
I think that's fair, Anusha. Because we didn't actually, as far as I recall, give an end date for when content needed to be submitted by. That's so fair. I can imagine that would have been a bit of a surprise to have it done by the end of the day. So if we could target Monday, that would be ideal, folks. Thank you.
Fantastic.
If you're integrating everything into one slide deck, does that mean that we need to make them in like PowerPoint or something to make it not get exploded when we transfer? Yeah.
I'll let Ria take this question.
Sorry,
I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I'm seriously just saying, we can do it in format if you want. It's fine.
Sorry,
Ria, what's your preference? The preference is, the question is, do you prefer that everyone makes their slides on PowerPoint, or are you happy for people to share their screen outside of the master deck?
Yes, that was my question.
I mean, if it's only a few slides, then I would prefer if you were able to send it to me using a PowerPoint format. But if you have a lot of content to share, then I'm happy for providing the provider access to you so you can present on the day. So it just depends, if it's just a few slides, then it'll just be easier for us to manage on our end. But if it's more than that, then sure. I just need
for the master slide deck, do you just share control of the slide deck with the presenter?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, sweet. Yeah.
Or you can lead us, whichever way is comfortable.
Okay, thanks.
Cool. Awesome. And I think the last one is probably the most important, right? Are you excited? I think that's a really good question, and I hope that all of you are. I'm mindful we have just a couple of minutes, and I just want to very quickly run through my last two slides rather. So first and foremost is equity and access. So just a quick heads up, all of your presenting content, we haven't vetted all of your content, but if you look at it in the light of, every student is coming in from various different sets of backgrounds, different schools, different regions of New Zealand or beyond, a little bit of sensitivity to the fact that a lot of them may not have had access to devices in the past in their home, or not interacted with some of the technologies you're talking about, or for example, this is an example that I've shared with people before, but often, someone would say, AI is like the face recognition on your iPhone. Now, how can you guarantee that a student has seen an iPhone in the past? A lot of the students we've worked with don't really have any device at home. So I think let's just be quite mindful of what we're saying and be equitable and be kind of conscious that people are dialing in from all sorts of walks of life. And we want to make it as accessible and as real for all of them. Cool. I'll leave the question for you to have a think about, because I think that's kind of individual to all of you. But if you have any questions on how you can make things more accessible, or if you have a specific scenario, let us know and we'll happily support. This is my last slide, and this is just a little bit around what you can and can't do. And this stuff is genuinely not something that's textbook, right? Would you give your phone number to a student if they asked for it, or would you give a work email to a student? Thanks, Phoebe. Or your social media, or would you accept like an Instagram request, for example? Does anyone want to give this a crack? I know we're over time, so if you drop, that's fine. I'm gonna pick on you, Harshal. Oh, sorry, no, someone unmuted.
That was Rachel.
Rachel.
Yeah, I would say no, I wouldn't give out my details to anybody.
Thank you. Fantastic.
I need to, and I need to drop off for another meeting, but
She's ending on a high.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
Thanks,
That's
Rachel.
absolutely right, though, team. Let's not do any of these things, please. All of our communication has already been done through schools and educators and teachers, so we have not interacted with students at all. We don't have their last names or any PII or personally identifiable information, just because they're under 18 and for privacy reasons. We will be featuring some student videos through the sessions, and we've had them sign had their parents sign extensive privacy forms, because we take privacy very, very seriously. So please ensure that you don't do any of these things. If you do want a student to reach out to you after the fact, feel free to say, get your teacher to email Microsoft or digigirlz@microsoft.com, and we will route some requests or any questions through to you. We'll make sure that email is very present for them, or they're welcome to post questions on the photo wall as well. Cool. That's basically us, team. So this is a chance for anybody. If you have questions, feel free to stay back. Otherwise, another huge thank you from me and the team for being involved. We really don't, there's no event without you guys. So we absolutely appreciate your involvement, and we can't wait. Only a few days to go. Tuesday next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Sorry, what was that? Oh, thanks, Viv. You probably have to drop. I'll end the recording right here so people feel comfortable asking questions as well.